Welcome to the 7th edition of JLU International Festival of Media, hosted and curated by Faculty of Journalism and Creative Studies, Jagran Lake City University. This is Jaya Gidwani in conversation with one of the 100 most influential PR professionals, Ms. Lorraine Martin. We welcome you, ma'am, on Lake City Live.
Thank you.
So my question is, given your recognition as one of the 100 most influential PR professionals, what is your perspective of current trends in corporate communication?
I think apart from learning how to package better and better and better, and given that now today we have so many multiple tools in which to disseminate communication, learning how to use those appropriately and most effectively is a trend today. Everyone's sort of gearing up to. Every time you have a piece of information to share, you've got to be somebody who's seen and heard everywhere, whether it's LinkedIn, the official social media platforms and your personal social media platforms. So if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, you've got to be there. They're not satisfied with you being on your official social media. You have a different following on your personal social media handle. So that's the trend today, and it's tough. Because if you're not seen and heard and not visible, you're not with it. You're not with the trend, right? So, yeah.
So, as you said that it's somehow time consuming for
very.
We have to be on every social media platform for our work. So, how do you see AI and digital technology shaping the future of storytelling and brand narratives within the communication industry?
So AI can make it a lot easier for you when it comes to research and the narrative and stuff, and putting the packaging together. But at the end of the day, you have to implement, you have to execute, you have to disseminate yourself. So while there's so much talk about AI and digitalization, at the end of it, at the start of it and at the end of it, unless you have the human touch
Yes.
and the human thought and brain behind it, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I think people are getting so flustered and bothered about AI and feeling a sense of insecurity. No, I think that the human factor will always play a large role. So that's in my opinion, you will always need both. You will need an equal proportion of inputs from both. Today it's AI, tomorrow it's something else that might be even more sophisticated than AI. So what, are we going to be redundant? No, you're not, because you need the human factor to actually enable AI to work for that brand or that product, right?
Okay. So just like you talked about, we need the equation of both the things.
Yes.
And you maintain the balance of two things, which is corporate and dramatics. As the president of Santa Cruz Amateur Dramatics
Scadams.
Yes. So, what are your? How do you believe that the extracurricular activities like drama and music can enhance one's skills in communication and PR?
Okay, so Scadams was actually started in 1935, I think, and was started off as a platform to encourage young and old. They used to divide the area into 4 zones and have dramatic and music competitions, and they would get judges. The caliber of the judges were well-known stars who performed in theatre in India or Bombay to be on the jury, and musicians also. So it was of a very nice, very different and a pretty high standard. In the last 15 years, 10 years or 15 years, I think it sort of went downhill, and then I was asked to take it over and revive it. And I didn't want to, because I felt that this needed younger blood. It needed young people to drive something like that. But then on second thought, they didn't seem to have another option, so I took it on. But I brought on the committee a treasurer who was young, a secretary who was young, and joint secretary. As it turns out, at the AGM of SCADMS, they were the only 3 people who were young. The rest of us were all 35 plus and over. Okay, so I have managed now to get another young bunch of people, and as it turns out, I have actually resigned a few 2-3 weeks ago, but I'm on the committee. So what it does, it encourages young people to go on stage and feel comfortable on stage. It helps eliminate a lot of that paranoia about stage performances, that fear. It brings down the fear. It helps you start feeling comfortable on stage. What it also does is it definitely works towards personality development. Okay, it makes you conscious of the way you speak, the way you laugh, the way you smile, the way you talk, the way you walk. You suddenly become conscious of who you are and who you want to be. So I think it's important, and we've had in SCADMS, we've had old people in their 50 pluses also get on stage for the first time, and they have won Best Actor award for 3 and 4 years. Yes, so it's fun, and when you see the joy on their faces when they win, whether it's a music performance or it's a drama, the children are just ecstatic. So it also gives them a thrill of winning, and they know what it's like to feel. So the sad part is, in school, because they're competing with so many more, they may not always win, and they don't get that feeling of euphoria walking down with a trophy. This does that. It gives them that experience because it's a smaller community of people. Yeah.
So coming to the end note, for more insightful and interesting interviews, keep watching Lake City Live. Thank you.